Well, with kids back in school, one of the things that parents often ask their children when they come home from a day of school is, how was your day? Was it a good day? That's what parents want to know. Sometimes children will give them a lot of comments about today, and sometimes they will just say, yeah, it was a good day, and move on with the activity they want to be involved in. Was it a good day? In the beginning of scriptures, when it talks about God creating everything, after each day when God created something, whether it was the sun, the moon, or the stars, or the animals, or the plants, God would look at what God made and said, it is good. And then when God made man, God said it was very good. All during the beginning, God assessed everything and said it was good. But the first time that we hear God look at things and say it's not good was when he looked at man and said it's not good that man is alone. And so God said, I will make a helper fit for him. And thus we have the story of God creating Eve. Adam and Eve, the first couple. Well, you could make it a story about marriage, a husband and a wife, but it's more than that. It's about how we need each other. That God didn't want us to be alone. It wasn't enough for Adam to have just the animals. He needed another person in his life. And that's true for all of us. God doesn't want us to be alone in the world. But loneliness is an epidemic in our society today. People feel alone. Even though they may be surrounded by a room full of people, they can still feel lonely on the inside. They might not connect with anyone. And so people struggle with loneliness at times in a world where we are connected more than ever by the internet and by our smartphones and by so many other ways through technology that makes the world so much smaller. But there can be a big emptiness within us that we feel lonely. Well, God doesn't want us to be alone. He says it's not good that any person should be alone. Well, first and foremost, we must realize that we are never alone when it comes to God. God is always present with us as a near and close companion. He's always there for us through the good and bad of life, and God promises that he will never forsake us. And then God asks us to be there for one another in this world, that we should pay attention to each other in life and look out for one another, to take care of one another, to see each other's needs, and to recognize each other as an individual worthy of our love and our attention. Not only the people that are closest to us, our family and our friends, but also the strangers that we meet, the people that we pass by every day. To take notice of people who may be alone or lonely in the world. We need to look up from our smartphones, look up from our own needs and desires, and keep our eyes open and realize it's not good for people to be alone. As a people of faith especially, we follow the way of Jesus, who always kept his eyes and his heart open for those around us. Pay attention to those who he encountered along the way, reaching out in kindness to make sure people felt connected. And so as we go through our lives every day, one of the challenges that we can put before ourselves is to realize that someone's always looking for a friend. Someone's always looking for someone to notice them, someone to love them. And so let us all challenge ourselves to pay attention in this world, to take notice of those around us, and remember God's words early on in the beginning of time. It's not good for someone to be alone. Let's pay attention as we live in our world. and offer some of God's love to those whom he loves. God bless you today.